All right, so this is 3-digit by 3-digit multiplication. Put your name at the top. And it's kind of like long division where there's sort of a bunch of steps you need to do. You have to just kind of work through it really slowly and carefully. Oops, that's my bell. All right, so let's focus on this first problem. Okay, so we have about 600, if I round up, times 300. So let's figure out what our answer should be close to before we start. That'd be 18 plus 4 zeros. So I should get around 180,000 when I'm done. Big numbers here. Okay. So first, multiply the 6 times everything and regroup in this line that's up here. $30 plus 1, 31, 33. If you're having a hard time remembering which number goes at the top and which goes at the bottom, then I would write them on the side, because then it's easier to think about how the 1 always goes at the bottom, the one on the right, and then 1 on the left goes at the top. All right, I already added in our 0 for row 2. Row 2 is going to be 1 times 2, 1 times 5 tens, and 1 times 5 hundreds. 2, 5, 5. Those regroupings were from the last problem, so we don't really need those. Now we need to do the 3 times everything. The 3 times 2, 3 times 50 or 5 tens, and the 3 times the 500. I added in 2 zeros because I'm multiplying by 300. So since I'm multiplying by hundreds, my numbers need to shift 2 over, or 3 over actually. 300 times 2 is 600. If I put in those 2 zeros, that 6 ends up in the hundreds. 300 times 2, 600. 300 times 5 tens, 3 times 5 is 15. The 5 is going to go at the bottom, the 1's going to go at the top of the next column. 1 goes in the next column. $15 plus 1, 16. Five and 3 is 8. 8 plus 6, 14. 14. Comma's going to go 3 from the right. 174,432. Were we close to our estimate? Not exactly, but 174,000 is somewhere in the zone of 180,000. If you want to practice this one on your own, then put it on some plain paper and try it again all by yourself and see if you get what I get. Okay, so let's estimate. 160 would round up to 200. 753, the 50 rounds up, so we round it to 800. $16, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. All right, 3 times 0, 3 times 0, 3 times 6, 3 times 1 plus 1. Next we're going to do everything with the 5. 5 times 0, 5 times 6, 5 times 1. I already added in the extra 0 since it's a 5 tens. 5 times 6 would be 30. $30. 5 times 1 plus 3. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 100 plus 3, or 50 times 100, sorry, it'd be 8,000. Okay, now we're going to do everything with the 7. 7 times 0, 7 times 6, 7 times 1. So let's cross that 3 out because we already used it. Seven times 6, 42. 2 stays at the bottom, 4 goes at the top. 7 times 1 plus 4. 11. 7 plus 4 is 11. Add them up. Okay, sorry, had a little computer glitch problem. And I actually made a mistake, so I had to add them up again. So if you add all these up, I got 120,480, which is not exactly close, but we're at least in the 100-something thousands. So my answer's at least, I got 16 here. There's 12. But 120,000, 160,000. At least I didn't get 25,000. We're somewhere close. All right. So, you may want to try this one on your own, see if you're kind of picking it up, and then check it back with me. If not, then keep watching. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 4 plus 1, 17. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1. I'm going to do times 10, so I need 1 0, because my 1 is shifted over once. I'm going to change colors. I know my problem has hundreds, so when I do row 3, I'm going to need 2 zeros. So I can just put those in now if you want to save yourself the time. 4. 1 times 4 is 4. Those are from earlier. Let's see if that makes sense. This should have been 144 times 10. And I got 1,440, which is 144 times 10. Okay, last row, we're going to do the 500. So I put in 2 zeros to shift my answers 2 to the left. 5 times 4 would be 20, or 20 hundredths. 5 times 4 is 20. So I haven't done this 4 yet, which means my 2 needs to go right there. Because next I'm going to go 5 times 4 is 20, and then 5 times 4 plus 2. That'd be 22. 5 times 1 plus 2. And then add them up while I turn the lights on. 7 and 4 is 11. 5 and 4 and 1. 10. 72,016. And I checked on my calculator and we have it right. So let's keep going. Okay, see if you're ready to give this one a try by yourself. Don't forget you need 1 0 here and 2 here. If you're not ready to try it by yourself, go ahead and watch. Otherwise, try it by yourself and see if your answer matches mine. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 3 plus 2, 14. 4 times 6 plus 1, 25. I'm going to do times 20, so I need 1 0 here. I used those, so I'm going to cross those out. 2 times 5, 2 times 3, 2 times 6. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 3 plus 1. 2 times 6. So I did the 2 and the 4, or the 20 and the 4. Now I need to do the 800 times 635. So since it's 800, I need to put 2 zeros, so everything shifts into the hundreds. So 5 times 8 is 40. So I had 2 zeros already. I'm going to need another 0. 5 times 8 is 40. The 4 goes in the next column up here. 8 times 3 plus 4. 28. The 8 goes at the bottom. The 2 goes at the top. The next column. 8 times 6 plus 2. 48 plus 2 is 50. Then add everything up. $10, $12, $13. Comma goes 3 from the right. 523,640, or 240. Okay, let's estimate this one. If you round 635, is it closer to 600 or 700? Well, 650 would round up, so it's 600. And then 824, 800 or 900? 800. That'd be 48 plus 4 zeros. So we got 523,000. This is 480,000. But if you look, we rounded both of them down. So our estimate will be less. But at least we're in like the something hundred thousands. If I rounded this, it would round to 500,000. And I could round this to the nearest 100,000 and I'd get 500,000. So they both round to what would end up being the same. Okay. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 0 is 0 plus 6. 8 times 9. That's for the times 20. Those are for the times 700. $16. 2 times 0 plus 1. 1. 18. I added 2 zeros. 7 times 8. 56. The 6 goes at the bottom. 5 goes at the top of the next column. 7 times 0 plus 5. 5. Add them up. This one's 10. 8 and 7 I know is 15, and 15 and 5 would be 20.